The Forbidden Love of Jomo and Avala, an African folktale. The night is deep and velvet, the sky ablaze with 1,000 stars. A golden full moon casts its shimmering light upon the great river of Omalu. This river is ancient, a keeper of secrets, whispering stories to those who listen. Long ago, in the vast and mighty kingdom of Omalu, where the rivers whispered secrets and the moon cast its golden glow, there was a legend, a tale of longing, of courage, and of love that defied even the gods. They say the moon and the river were once lovers, separated by fate, but forever yearning for one another. This, dear listeners, is the story of Jomo and Avala, two souls born under the same moon and bound by love, stronger than destiny itself. A young fisherman, Jomo, stands knee-deep in the cool waters of the great river of Omalu, his bare feet sinking slightly into the soft, silty riverbed. The moonlight bathes his dark skin in a golden glow, highlighting the strength of his tall, lean frame. His arms, corded with muscle from years of casting nets, move with practiced ease as he throws a wide net into the rippling surface. The net fans out like a spider's web, catching the moonlight before disappearing into the dark water with a soft splash. Jomo's face is serene, his deep brown eyes reflecting the mysteries of the river. They seem to hold the wisdom of the water itself, as if he has spent a lifetime listening to its secrets. His expression is one of quiet determination, a man who knows the rhythm of the river and respects its power. As he works, his voice rises in song, a melody as old as the river itself. The song is rich and melodic, its words a blend of gratitude and reverence for the water that sustains his people. The notes carry through the night, mingling with the sounds of crickets and rustling leaves, as if the forest itself is harmonizing with him.
O great river, keeper of life, your waters flow through day and night. You feed the land, you guide the way. In your embrace, we find our stay. O great river, ancient and wise, beneath your gaze the spirit flies. Grant us your bounty, your endless grace, as we honor you in this sacred place.
The river seems to respond to his song, its surface shimmering brighter, its currents swirling gently around his legs. A faint glow rises from the water, as if the river is acknowledging his prayer. Jomo pauses, his net half drawn, and looks out across the water. For a moment, he feels as though the river is speaking to him, its voice a soft murmur in the depths of his soul. "What are you trying to tell me, old friend?" Jomo whispers. The night holds its breath, the stars above twinkling like 1,000 watchful eyes. Somewhere in the distance, an owl hoots, its call echoing through the trees. Jomo smiles faintly, his heart light despite the weight of his thoughts. He knows the river will provide, as it always has. With a final tug, he pulls the net from the water, its contents glistening in the moonlight. Fish of silver and gold, their scales catching the light like tiny mirrors. Jomo's smile widens as he gathers his catch, his song fading into the night but its melody lingering in the air. Hidden among the reeds on the riverbank, Avala watches in silence. The moonlight bathes her in its golden glow, illuminating her deep brown skin and casting a soft halo around her. Her flowing garments, made of fine, dyed fabric, sway gently with the breeze, their colors, rich greens and blues, blending with the night. Her dark eyes glisten as they follow Jomo's every movement, captivated by the purity of his song. Avala is radiant, her beauty not just in her features but in the way she carries herself, graceful, regal, yet with a quiet humility. Her hair is braided intricately, adorned with beads and small golden charms that catch the light as she tilts her head. She is the chief's daughter, a woman of status and duty, but in this moment she is simply a young woman enchanted by the fisherman's voice. As Jomo's song fills the night, Avala feels her heart swell with emotions she cannot name. There is something about the way he sings, not just to the river, but to the stars, the moon, and the very soul of the earth that speaks to her own spirit. She has heard many songs in her life, sung by warriors, poets, and elders, but none have moved her like this. Avala whispering to herself, "Who are you, fisherman, to make the river dance and the stars weep with your song?" She steps closer, her bare feet silent on the soft earth. The reeds part gently as she moves, their whispers blending with the rhythm of the river. She stops just at the edge of the water, close enough to see the determination in Jomo's eyes, the way his muscles ripple as he pulls the net from the water. Her breath catches as she watches him, her heart beating in time with the song that still lingers in the air. Jomo pauses, sensing a presence. He turns, his eyes scanning the riverbank until they meet Avala's. For a moment, time seems to stand still. The river, the stars, the moon, all fade into the background as their gazes lock. Jomo, softly. "Avala?" Avala steps forward, her cheeks flushing but her gaze steady. She is the chief's daughter after all, and she will not shy away from this moment. "Who sings so sweetly to the night?" Avala teased, smiling faintly. "Your song. It's beautiful. I've never heard anything like it." "Only a humble fisherman, hoping the river will answer," Jomo said softly, with admiration. Avala smiling. "And what does the river say?" Jomo, meeting her gaze again. "The river has many songs. I just listen." Avala stepping closer. "It's more than that. It's alive. Like the river itself is singing through you. Maybe I'd like to listen with you someday." Avala, softly, Jomo looks down, a shy smile tugging at his lips. He is not used to such praise, especially not from someone like Avala. "It's just an old song, one my father taught me. It tells me of a love as endless as its waters and as bright as the moon above," Jomo answered. Their eyes lock, and in that moment an unspoken promise is made. But the world is not kind to love born of different stations. The air between them hums with unspoken words, a connection that neither can deny. The river seems to sense it too, its waters lapping gently at their feet as if urging them closer. Jomo's smile widens, and for the first time, he feels as though the river has given him a gift far greater than fish. Avala's presence, her words, her light. It's as if the moon itself has stepped down to stand beside him. And so, under the watchful eyes of the stars and the ancient river, two souls found each other. Their meeting was no accident, for the river had whispered their names to the wind, and the wind had carried them to this moment. Chief Olumide sits upon his throne, a magnificent seat carved from ebony wood. The throne is adorned with symbols of his lineage, carvings of leopards, eagles, and the sacred baobab tree. The chief himself is a figure of immense presence. His robes, made from the finest fabrics, shimmer in hues of deep purple, gold, and crimson, the colors of royalty. His dark face is lined with the marks of wisdom and the weight of duty, his eyes sharp and commanding, yet filled with the quiet strength of a leader who has seen much and endured more. Before him stands Avala, his daughter. She is a vision of dark brown beauty, her skin glowing like polished mahogany in the firelight. Her hair is braided intricately, adorned with beads and golden cuffs that catch the light as she moves. She wears a flowing gown of deep green, the color of the forest, symbolizing her connection to the land and her people. Her chin is lifted in defiance, her eyes burning with a fire that matches the one in the pit. She stands tall, her posture unyielding, a stark contrast to the solemnity of the throne room. The air is thick with tension, the silence broken only by the crackling of the fire. The chief's gaze is steady, weighing his daughter's defiance, while Avala's eyes meet his with unflinching resolve. Around them, the golden tapestries seem to shimmer with anticipation, as if the very walls of the palace are waiting to see how this confrontation will unfold. Avala, my daughter, the time has come. You will be wed to Prince Damba. His kingdom is strong, his wealth great, and he will secure our family's legacy. Avala affirmed with resolve. But father, my heart belongs to another. Gasps ripple through the court. The elders whisper, and the chief's eyes darken. Chief Olumide sternly. A fisherman? A man with nothing? Love is fleeting, child. Duty is eternal. Avala, desperate but brave. Love is real too, father. It is stronger than gold, greater than kingdoms. The silence is thick. The chief's fists clench. You will marry Prince Damba. That is my final word. Chief Olumide roared at her. Tears brimming in her eyes, Avala turns and flees from the palace, running towards the one place she knows she will find solace, the river. Deep in the heart of the forest, where the sunlight filters through the dense canopy in golden shafts, a small hut stands in the shadow of an ancient baobab tree. The tree is massive, its trunk wide and gnarled, its branches stretching out like the arms of a protector. The hut, built from woven reeds and clay, blends seamlessly with the natural surroundings, as if it grew from the earth itself. Inside the hut, the air is thick with the scent of burning herbs and the earthy aroma of the forest. A small fire crackles in the center of the room, its flames casting flickering shadows on the walls. Mama Jaha, the village elder, sits cross-legged before the fire. She is a small woman, her frame delicate but her presence immense. Her skin is deeply wrinkled, like the bark of the baobab tree she lives beneath, and her eyes are sharp, gleaming with the wisdom of countless years. Her hair is a crown of silver braids, adorned with beads and feathers, and she wears a simple robe made from dyed cloth, its colors faded but still vibrant. In her hands, she holds a wooden bowl, stirring a mixture of herbs with a slow, deliberate motion. The herbs release a fragrant smoke that curls upward, mingling with the fire's glow. The hut is filled with the tools of her craft, dried plants hanging from the ceiling, clay pots filled with powders and potions, and carved figurines that seem to watch over the space with silent vigilance. Kneeling before Mama Jaha are Jomo and Avala. Jomo, a young man with a strong build and a face marked by determination, bows his head respectfully. His hands are clasped tightly, betraying his nervousness. Beside him, Avala kneels with her chin lifted, her dark brown skin glowing in the firelight. Her defiance is tempered by reverence, her eyes fixed on Mama Jaha, as if searching for answers. The atmosphere is heavy with anticipation. The only sounds are the crackling of the fire and the soft rustle of the forest outside. Mama Jaha's voice, when she speaks, is low and melodic, carrying the weight of generations. Mama Jaha stirring the herbs. The spirits are restless tonight. They whisper of change, of choices that must be made. She looks up, her gaze piercing. Why have you come to me, children of the forest? Jomo, hesitant, Mama Jaha, we seek your guidance. The path before us is unclear, and the village is divided. We need your wisdom. Avala, firmly. And your blessing. The elders will not listen to us, but they will listen to you. Mama Jaha studies them for a long moment, her eyes narrowing as if peering into their souls. Then she nods slowly, setting the bowl aside. Mama Jaha, softly. The baobab tree has stood for centuries, its roots deep, its branches wide. It has seen the rise and fall of many. Like the tree, you must be strong, but also flexible. The path of the heart is never easy, but it is always true. She reaches into the fire, pulling out a handful of glowing embers. She sprinkles them into the bowl and the herbs ignite, sending a plume of fragrant smoke into the air. The spirits have spoken. Go now and let your love be your guide. But remember, the forest watches and the ancestors listen. Mama, Jaha, Jomo, and Avala bow their heads, their faces illuminated by the fire's glow. Outside, the wind rustles through the leaves of the baobab tree, as if in agreement. Ah, love, as stubborn as the river and as hopeful as the moon. If you wish to be together, you must prove it to the gods, she warns. Tell us what we must do, said Jomo Mama Jaha. Climb the mountain of spirits. At its peak lies the shrine of the moon. Offer your love there, and if it is true, the gods will bless you. But beware, the journey is filled with trials, Mama Jaha warns. Avala and Jomo exchange determined glances. They will face whatever comes, together. The night is dark, the moon hidden behind thick clouds, as Jomo and Avala set out on their journey. The forest is alive with the sounds of the approaching storm, the rustle of leaves, the distant rumble of thunder, and the occasional flash of lightning that illuminates their path. They move quickly and quietly, their footsteps muffled by the soft earth beneath them. As they reach the edge of the forest, the storm breaks. Rain pours down in sheets, drenching them within moments. The wind howls, tearing at their clothes and whipping their hair into their faces. The path ahead, already treacherous, becomes a slippery, muddy slope. Avala shouting over the wind, "Jomo, we need to find shelter!" Jomo gripping her hand tightly. "No, we can't stop now. The village needs us. We have to keep going." The storm rages on, the rain stinging their skin and the wind threatening to knock them off their feet. At one point, a gust of wind tears through the trees, and Avala stumbles, nearly falling. Jomo catches her, pulling her close. Jomo holding her steady. "I've got you. We'll make it through this, together." They press on, their hands clasped tightly, their love a beacon of strength in the chaos. But the storm is relentless and the path grows more dangerous. Soon, they find themselves on a narrow cliffside, the ground crumbling beneath their feet. Below them, the river rages, swollen by the rain. Avala, nervously, "Jomo, this is too dangerous. We need to find another way." Jomo, determined, "There is no other way. We have to cross here. Just stay close to me." They inch forward, their backs pressed against the cliff face. The rain makes the rocks slick, and every step is a gamble. Suddenly, Jomo's foot slips on a loose stone, and he loses his balance. For a heart-stopping moment, he teeters on the edge, his arms flailing as he tries to regain his footing. Jomo, shouting, "Avala! Avala!" without hesitation. "I've got you!" She lunges forward, grabbing his arm with all her strength. Her feet dig into the mud as she pulls him back, her muscles straining against his weight. For a moment, it seems like they might both fall, but Avala holds on, her love giving her the strength she needs. Avala, through gritted teeth, "I won't let you go!" With one final pull, Jomo is back on solid ground. They collapse onto the muddy path, breathing heavily, their hearts pounding. The storm continues to rage around them, but in that moment, all they can hear is the sound of each other's breathing. Jomo, looking at her with awe, "You saved me." Avala, smiling weakly, "We save each other. That's what love is." They sit there for a moment, holding each other as the rain pours down. Despite the cold and the danger, they feel a warmth between them, a bond that no storm can break. Jomo, standing and pulling her up. "Come on, we're not done yet." Avala, nodding. Together, hand in hand, they continue their journey, their love tested but unshaken. The storm may rage, The path may be treacherous, but as long as they have each other, they know they can face anything. At the shrine, the moonlight brightens. A voice echoes through the wind. After their harrowing journey through the storm and the cliffside, Jomo and Avala finally arrive at the shrine. It is a sacred place, hidden deep within the forest, where the ancestors are said to dwell. The shrine is a simple structure made of stone and wood, with carvings of symbols and figures that tell the stories of those who came before. At its center stands a tall, smooth stone, polished by time and the touch of countless hands. The storm has passed, and the night is now calm. The clouds part, revealing a full moon that bathes the shrine in a soft, silvery light. The air is still, and the only sound is the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. The moonlight seems to breathe life into the carvings, making them glow faintly. Avala, whispering, "We made it." Jomo, nodding. "This is it, the place Mama Jaha spoke of." They step forward, their footsteps echoing softly in the quiet night. As they approach the central stone, a cool breeze sweeps through the shrine, carrying with it the faint scent of herbs and earth. Suddenly, a voice echoes through the wind, deep, resonant, and filled with ancient wisdom.
Echoing, who comes to this sacred place?
Jomo and Avala freeze, their eyes wide with awe. They look around but see no one. The voice seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Avala, kneeling. "We are Jomo and Avala, children of Imto wa Maji. We come seeking the wisdom of the ancestors." Jomo, kneeling beside her. "We ask for your guidance. Our village is divided, and our love is forbidden. We wish to heal the rift and bring peace." The wind picks up, swirling around them like a living thing. The moonlight grows brighter, illuminating the shrine in an otherworldly glow. The voice speaks again, softer this time, but no less powerful.
Love is the bridge that spans all divides. It is the light that guides the lost and the strength that binds the broken. But love must be tested, as you have been tested.
The central stone begins to glow, its surface shimmering like water. Images appear within it, scenes of the village, the baobab tree, and the faces of their ancestors. Jomo and Avala watch in awe as the story of their people unfolds before them.
The ancestors have seen your journey. They have felt your love and your pain. You have proven yourselves worthy.
Avala, tearfully, "What must we do?"
Return to your village. Stand before your people and declare your love. The ancestors will be with you, and the baobab tree will bear witness.
The glow fades, and the shrine returns to its quiet stillness. The wind dies down, and the moonlight softens. Jomo and Avala rise to their feet, their hearts filled with a newfound sense of purpose. Jomo, taking Avala's hand, "We'll do it, together." Avala, smiling, "Together." As they turn to leave, the moonlight follows them, lighting their path through the forest. The voice echoes one last time, a whisper on the wind.
Remember, love is the greatest power of all. True love bends, but does not break. You have proven your hearts. From this night forward, love shall not be bound by fate.
A golden light surrounds them. The curse of separation is lifted. Love has triumphed. Jomo and Avala return to the village, their hearts filled with determination and hope. The journey back is easier, as if the forest itself is guiding them. When they arrive, the village is quiet, the storm having left the air fresh and the ground glistening with rainwater. The baobab tree stands tall and majestic at the center of the village, its branches stretching toward the sky. The villagers gather as Jomo and Avala approach, their faces a mix of curiosity and apprehension. Chief Olumide and the elders stand at the front, their expressions stern but tinged with uncertainty. Mama Jaha is there too, her eyes shining with quiet approval. Jomo, stepping forward. People of Mtowa Maji, we stand before you not as members of separate clans, but as two souls united by love. Avala, holding up the woven bracelet Kofi gave her. This bracelet symbolizes the bond we share, a bond that no feud can break. The villagers murmur among themselves, some nodding in agreement, others shaking their heads in doubt. Chief Olumide steps forward, his voice heavy with authority. Chief Olumide, you defy tradition, you defy the will of the elders. What makes you think your love can change what has been decided for generations? Before Jomo or Avala can respond, a soft golden light begins to emanate from the baobab tree. The villagers gasp as the light grows brighter, enveloping Jomo and Avala in its warm glow. The carvings on the tree come to life, showing images of lovers, families, and unity. Mama Jaha, stepping forward, her voice filled with awe. The ancestors have spoken, they have blessed this union. The golden light spreads throughout the village, touching every home, every face. The villagers feel a warmth in their hearts, a sense of peace they haven't known in years. The elders, humbled by the ancestors' intervention, bow their heads. Elder 1, River Clan, softly. Perhaps we were wrong. Elder 2, Mountain Clan. Love is stronger than any feud. Chief Olumide looks at Jomo and Avala, his stern expression softening. He steps forward and places a hand on each of their shoulders. Chief Olumide, the curse of separation is lifted. Let this be a new beginning for Mtowa Maji. The villagers erupt into cheers, their voices rising in celebration. Jomo and Avala embrace, their love shining brighter than the golden light that surrounds them. The baobab tree, now glowing with a steady, radiant light, stands as a symbol of unity and hope. Years pass, and the story of Jomo and Avala becomes woven into the fabric of Mtowa Maji's history. The village thrives, its people united by the lessons of love and reconciliation. The baobab tree, now known as the baobab of love, stands as a living testament to their triumph. Its golden glow has faded, but its presence remains a source of strength and inspiration. One evening, as the sun sets and the sky turns shades of orange and purple, a group of children gathers beneath the baobab tree. An old woman, her hair silver and her face lined with wisdom, sits with them. She is Mama Nia, the village storyteller, and tonight she tells the tale of Jomo and Avala. Mama Nia, her voice soft but filled with passion. Long ago, when our village was divided by an ancient feud, two brave souls dared to defy tradition. Their names were Jomo and Avala, and their love was so strong that even the ancestors took notice. The children listen intently, their eyes wide with wonder as Mama Nia recounts the journey, the storm, the cliffside, the shrine, and the golden light that lifted the curse. She speaks of how Jomo and Avala stood before the village, their love shining brighter than the sun, and how the baobab tree became a symbol of unity. Mama Nia, smiling. And so, the curse was broken, and the village was healed. Jomo and Avala's love proved that no force, not even fate, can stand against true love. One of the children, a young girl with bright eyes, raises her hand. Child, Mama Nia, is the story true? Mama Nia chuckles softly, her gaze drifting to the baobab tree. Mama Nia, true love is always true, my child. Whether it happened exactly as I tell it or not, the lesson remains. Love is the greatest power we have. It can heal wounds, bridge divides, and light the darkest paths. As the stars begin to twinkle in the night sky, the children sit in silence, their hearts filled with the magic of the story. The baobab tree stands tall above them, its branches swaying gently in the breeze, as if whispering the secrets of the past to those who listen. This is the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new tale. Thank you for watching. Bye.